Wait, so when you say twisting, are you talking about the side posture adjusting or?
No, the side posture adjusting that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
I think you said it's
Yeah.
not a good idea.
I mean, I won't recommend it, but again, this is not a recent injury. You've been dealing with it since high school, so whatever happens, stabilize.
The leg pulls,
Yeah,
the
we'll do
tennis
all
ball, that's been really, really good. Too.
Okay. All right, buddy. You want to do more muscle work? You want to hit it with stems first? We'll do some stems. Okay. You want me to like kind of explain what's going on?
Just a little bit, not too much.
All right, so we got a patient here coming in for low back pain on and off since he's a teenager. Pretty much suspected something. We send him for imaging. It confirmed, so we got like a shift of one vertebrae compared to the one below it. So it's called a spondylolisthesis. Actually, you have a spondylolysis. So pars fracture, it's pretty complicated if you want a diagram, but we're just trying to treat them with decompression, axial traction. We're going to avoid any torsion, twisting, and stuff like that to prevent further injury, even though this thing likely happened from his health history at least, 2 decades ago. You know, we want to approach it cautiously with conservative care, especially if what we've been doing for the last 2 visits has helped. Okay, so tell me, anything else, buddy?
Work your magic.
That's it. Chiropractic
afterwards,
magic.
we're going to say, Kobe.
Hot tremblay.
Kobe.
It's not August, but yeah, man, I miss Kobe. We miss you, Cobes. More muscle work, or you want okay? Let me bring Eric. Concern or
main
your
concerns
today?
I have left side sciatica pain. That primarily at the buttocks. Every so often it creeps down to my upper calf, but it's primarily upper buttocks. So I find myself, grabbing that tennis ball, putting against the wall, doing that pressure and
Release,
and also doing laying flat in some of those stretches for sciatica pain. So it looks like from my X-rays that L5 had shifted, my vertebrae had shifted forward to S1, and also there's the fracture as well. So this must have been an older injury, 20 plus years ago in high school. I used to play basketball and fall on my back all the time while taking charges. So at that point, the damage must have been done, but I didn't feel it. Being young, now that I'm rounding 40 at this point.
Still young.
3 kids later, after we had number 2, just the carrying, I noticed, oh my God, like I'm feeling something, lower back pains. And then the last 2 months before I came to Dr. Rafi, it was just, the pain was like unbearable.
Excruciating.
And then we did some decompression, some proper stretches. And it felt, after 2 visits, felt amazing, like almost 85% gone. But it's still there, so why not try to get ahead of it? Being careful with obviously the lifting, the twisting.
Yeah, of course.
And all that fun stuff.
Of course. Understood. So now it sounds like that the critical phase of the injury or treatment part of the treatment for the injury in question has been addressed. And now we're shifting more towards rehabilitation, still addressing the injury in itself with the decompression. But so rehab essentially. So today we're going to do some muscle work.
Okay.
And then we're going to do some therapeutic exercise, 1 or 2 depending on how much the body can take without pain, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
So first I'm going to do some manual muscle work.
Okay.
Manual meaning using my hands. I'm going to address the low back and the glute areas. So sometimes when there's a fracture or restriction in the low back, the muscles around it can tighten up more so than they usually have. Muscles in nature, they have a certain amount of tension, right? It's all about balance and countering the front side of the body versus the back side. So what we're gonna do is if there's too much muscle tension developing, that can lead to stiffness, some pain, and things like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release some of that tension, okay? Try to address the stiffness and go from there, okay?
Absolutely.
So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay face down on the table.
Would you like my sweater off? Or?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. I think my hat off might be easier.
Let's just raise the table. And you were pointing more to your left side, right?
Yeah. So the stiffness is all at the lower back, but the side of the pain is left side and left side only.
Okay. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna counteract this part of the body. So I'm gonna push it back a bit. And now with my forearm, I'm gonna apply some gentle amount of pressure, keeping in mind his injury. So I'm not going directly onto the injury, but I'm going to the side of it for the muscles. And of course, I'm asking the patient, Aram, is this painful? Is the pressure adequate? Okay. Then, and this is the part where I was talking about releasing that excessive muscle tension, because as I said, muscles inherently, they do have some built-in tension, but when it becomes excessive, that becomes a problem. So we're addressing that issue by manually doing some release, which is called manual release therapy. Is the pressure okay?
Pressure's perfectly fine.
So by pushing this way, I'm distracting a bit. So I'm creating a bit of tension at the bottom side, anchoring the glutes. That way, this area of the body, the low back, is tensioned a bit. So once I apply pressure and moving forward, I'm releasing. And how's the pressure?
Fantastic.
And I continuously prefer to ask the patient how the pressure is, because I don't know what they feel. Some people like more pressure, some people like less pressure. It's all about patient care quality. There we go. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna address the glutes. So from here, I'm going to start around the sacrum, which is this part right here. I'm gonna slide down a bit, and I'm looking for where there is most tension. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for the ankle, raise the leg, and now I'm gonna pivot back and forth, because when I'm moving the leg like this, it's shifting his humerus, this bone right here, and it's moving the muscles at the same time. So that's another form of releasing the excessive tension. Right there. How does this feel, Aram?
Feels great. Good pain.
Is the pressure okay?
Pressure is fine.
Very good. And yeah, and it's all about what you perceive as the practitioner. Now I'm assessing, and also I'm watching for how much he's allowing me to move the leg, because this may not look like it, but it is a fair amount of discomfort. And sometimes people block you. The more excessive tension they have, the less they'll allow you to move the leg inwards like this, and then outwards. And when I move outwards, I push forward like this with my elbow, and then when I move the ankle inwards, I pull. How does it feel, Aram?
Oh, right there.
That's the point.
Yeah, that is the point.
And see,
Right.
what I'm doing is I'm assessing the tension building his glute. I'm finding the spot or spots. Some of them may be, again, excessive tension. Some of them may be trigger points. And trigger points in and of themselves can refer pain somewhere else, meaning that there is a source of pain localized in a particular muscle, but because of the trigger point, it can refer pain somewhere else. And I don't know if you guys can see on the camera, But here, when I'm moving his ankle, I'm barely holding it. I'm guiding it towards the direction where I want to move it. And Aram is moving it back and forth by himself. But sometimes you can feel that he's resisting me, meaning that once I get to this end range of his motion, there is more restriction or limited motion because of the stiffness. Yeah. Now I'm gonna reassess the area. What about here? So now I'm targeting the trochanteric area, what is called the trochanteric area. There's a lot of muscles that attach there. So again, same principle as what Aram described earlier, taking a tennis ball, baseball, putting it against the wall or the floor, and then applying pressure. It's like, if you think of it, it's in the same essence of applying pressure with a foam roller. People like to lay down on a foam roller and roll over it, but this is more targeted. And as I can see, there's a bit of spasm here. So I'm gonna address this area in a gentle manner. Is the pressure okay?
Pressure is great.
Yep. And it may look like I'm leaning in with my elbow, but it's more so with the meaty part of the forearm that I'm applying the pressure. And as you can see now, he's getting more motion and it's more fluid than when we started. And of course, once he gets up, he will tell us how he feels there. So with this movement, it's not about forcing the leg to go one way or another. It's more so about guiding it and letting the patient move the leg. One more pass arm.
Do it. Right there, when we get there, it's
Right here, yep.
as soon as we're making that turn. Right there. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see the hamstring firing up a bit. And there we are. Release. Okay. So now, Aramjan, I'm gonna ask you to flip over on your back, face up. So now we're gonna continue with the soft tissue work. I'm gonna lower the table. I'm gonna ask you to scoot a bit towards your left. That's it, that's it. So we're gonna continue releasing the muscles here, on this side right here, at the hip socket essentially. But now we're gonna do it another way, which will be more active, so the patient will participate and take control. What I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna block here with the knee. I'm gonna go right here. Move your leg or your thigh, more so with the thigh rather than with the foot. Go in and out. No, not like this, that is straight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move in and out.
Okay.
But I want you to leave the thigh on the table, okay? There you go, like that, exactly like that. So now I'm gonna palpate around. Go right here. So the reason why I'm blocking him is so he doesn't shift too much to his right. And now we're applying a bit of pressure and he's moving his leg actively allowing for further release of myofascial tissue. How does this feel?
That's good.
Pressure's okay?
Pressure's fine.
Okay. A few more turns. How is it right here? And this method is called a subtrochanteric release. All right. Catch your breath, collect yourself. Now, once you're ready, I'm going to help you up.
Okay.
Sit up, stand up now. Move the hip and see how you feel.
Feel much better. Feels a lot looser and more mobile and without any pain actually whatsoever.
So go do some movements like this.
I don't feel any pain whatsoever. Before when I was standing up, just standing up, I was getting the pain, but I don't feel anything right now. Wow. You come home with me? Thank you.
Yeah. So this is more of a passive type of care. Passive meaning that I'm doing it to the patient. Now we're gonna switch phase to the active part. Active meaning that he's gonna provide the effort. He's gonna do it by himself with my guidance, with minimal input from me. Minimal input meaning that I'm gonna put less. I'm gonna participate less actively. Okay. So for this one, you're going to lay down on your back, face up.
So, got it.
But when doing this, we always keep in mind the patient's injury. Let me raise the headpiece a bit for you. See if this is more comfortable. Better?
Yeah,
All right. Do you want me to raise it a bit more?
that's perfect.
All right. So we're going to work on his breath first. So I want you to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach, and take a deep breath in. So you see how he's using these muscles. Actually, let me go back. When he's breathing, you can see this hand rise versus this one. When we're breathing, we should be using our diaphragm to breathe. If the chest rises while breathing, that means that we're using our secondary accessory muscles. Those, by design, should be used only if a lion is chasing you. So now what I want you to do is focus your breath within your belly, and when you breathe, you should only be feeling this hand rise. This hand shouldn't move. So take a deep breath within the belly, only with the belly, not with the chest.
Okay.
And this is hard to do because due to lifestyle, and that means all of us, we're conditioned to breathe a certain way because of the position we're in. Most of the time we're sitting. You're born, you go to school, you're sitting. You go to college, you're sitting. You go to university, you're sitting. And in between to go to these locations, you're sitting in your car, in traffic, or you're sitting behind a desk at work, always sitting. We're meant to frolic around, run, move, etc. So breathe, let him get accustomed to breathing with his belly, not with the chest. So I want you to take slow, deep breath, but with your belly only. Focus your breath in the belly. There you go, like that. Keep that going on.
Hard.
It's hard, right? But all you're doing right now is
Just
breathing.
breathing.
So there's a lot of intricacies to this. Again, there you go, that movement right there. I want you to breathe with the belly, not with the chest. Because the point of this is to show that if you're using these muscles to breathe, those are called the secondary accessory muscles for breathing. Again, they should be only engaged in a critical situation. As a random example, if a lion is chasing you. But otherwise, if you're calm, you're at work or you're at home, you should be breathing with your belly. Again, diaphragmatic breath. So for him, one homework that he could do is when he goes to at home.
Learn how to breathe.
You said that, not me. But breathe with the belly. And it's hard. It's an exercise in of itself because the diaphragm is a muscle, and it's a muscle that you can control. Inherently, we don't think about breathing. We just do it. But there is a biomechanism to breathing. And if not done right, then it can lead to discomfort, restrictions, and other muscular issues. There you go. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just take slow breath, deep, slow breaths. Control the breathing with the stomach. Right there. And now, depending on a person, this can take quite some time to get accustomed to. But now what we're going to do is, since you got the point of this, we're going to move and put the feet flat on the table. We're going to put them about hip width apart, right here. And we're going to bring the heels close to the glutes. Right there. Comfortable? Any back pain?
No.
No. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is with my fingers, I'm going to push against your belly. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to push here, push my fingers out with your breath. You see, you feel this pressure that you created?
Yeah.
This is IAP, intra-abdominal pressure. Intra-abdominal pressure is very essential in boxing, in deadlifting, squatting, because it helps stabilize the low back. What you're doing is, again, engaging your core, bracing in and of itself. When you do that, you deadlift, you're safeguarding your low back, you're stabilizing it. So now what I want you to do is create that pressure again, push my fingers out, maintain this pressure. Now watch this. While you're maintaining this pressure, I want you to breathe. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm going to switch around. How is it? Manageable?
Manageable, yeah. Just definitely
Getting used to it?
Yeah, getting used to it, absolutely.
Is it a lot of work?
It's something new.
Something new. So IAP, intra-abdominal pressure, is pressure exerted from the diaphragm. Once you exert a negative pressure, it opens up the lungs, allows you air to come in, and you're breathing essentially. But it helps also stabilize the low back. So once you got that going on, and it's like a balloon, right? 360 degrees. So he does it to the front, and now let go of this. I'm gonna press off to the sides. Push my fingers out. Engage the sides. There you go. More so on the right now. The left is good. A bit more to the right. How does this feel? Is it easy to do?
Not really.
But yet all he's doing is breathing.
Breathing, yeah.
But not that easy.
Not that easy to breathe already.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the back. Now you feel this, the pressure points from my finger. Mm-hmm. I want you to do the same thing. Just with the breath, push my fingers out. Instead of pushing your body down onto the table, there you go, like that. Very good. You're engaging your core. Now I want you to do that like a belt.
Okay.
So essentially, this is, as an analogy, it's like those power belt that weightlifter wears. But the only difference is that you're supporting your low back 360 degrees by creating a support from within. Okay? You're feeling it?
Feeling, yeah. Everything working together, trying to get it tight.
Exactly. So now while you're engaging this, I want you to slowly bring your hips towards the ceiling. Let me know if you have pain. Any low back pain?
No.
Feeling
I
anything?
feel a little bit of pressure on the lower back.
Pressure. Okay. I'll keep breathing, and this time bring it up, as much as the body allows to. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some correction. Bring in the knees right here. Now create the pressure within your core and bring the hips up.
I have to do a better job in not using my legs and just more my hips.
Exactly. So this is a hip extension exercise. What it does is it targets the glutes to work, but also the lumbar erector spinae to help stabilize. And where do you feel the work being done the most?
I feel my lower back, but again, I'm trying to target not because I'm finding like using my thighs and
Yeah.
hamstring to, so I'm just really trying to keep focus. I should
And-
start doing Pilates, I think, maybe with my wife. Because the hip thrusts, yeah.
So glute bridges, they look easy
They're
when,
not
but
mechanical
they're,
if you don't do it right. You're using your legs and
yeah.
everything else.
And keep in mind, he's doing this while maintaining his core pressure engaged and while breathing. So he's not holding his breath.
I feel more complete and everything kind of all intact. Wow.
Yeah. And move the hips around a bit.
All right, bro. We're gonna just to unleash the Kraken. Unleash the Brabus coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. Know where to find me. In the G63. That was nice. Put you in flexion. Relax. Relax. Good. So breathe in. I'll explain later. Out. Good. Breathe in. Drop out. Let it go. Breathe in. Out. Because of his injury, we're not doing any side postures, so I like to flex and flatten this area so I could at least mobilize the upper lumbar vertebrae for him. What we're doing is more traction, axial, or neutral position type of adjustments so we don't put any unnecessary strain on that injured level. Just to explain, he has spondylolysis, so that means the vertebra compared to the one below has shifted so forward, which it's only possible if it breaks two bony structures on each side or one on each side to shift that forward. So even though it's been 2 decades and the body has stabilized with extra bone growth or scar tissue, we just don't want to risk aggravating it even more. So we're approaching it with more conservative and less twisting and type of adjustments for him, which has been giving him relief, so why change it if it's working? Okay? Good. If you like me explaining, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, hit that like button. Ooh. Computer job?
Yep.
Oh my God. There's 8 carpals, bro. Yeah, baby. Well, you came to the Unleasher. Let's do it. It's always good seeing you, bro. Good energy. Love it. All right. Always put the patient comfort first to just help give more relief to his low back. We're going to put the table in what is now a flexion position for him. It'll give some slight relief to that low back. Comfy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. Deep breath in. All the way out. doing great. Keep breathing. All the way up. Unleash the Kraken. Don't move.
Wow. I don't want to move.
Don't.
I can't.
We close at 7, so we got another hour.
All right. Good night.
Want me to sing you a lullaby?
Please.
I wish I could put you in 0 gravity.
Oh,
We can't do that.
Oh. I feel like I'm in 0 gravity right now.
That's what's up, baby. There we go.
Thank you.
We're not done.
Oh,
I have a seated position, cervical adjustment.
wait. There's more.
There's more. That's right, baby. Mm. If you set it up properly, you could get multiple levels with contacting just one segment, which is usually what I get. Like here. Drop your left shoulder, unleash the Kraken. Drop it.
Wow.
Oh, well. Kobe!
Kobe!
Is it really a post if I don't show my socks? Well, we are gonna decorate the Christmas tree today, so I
It's
figured
only appropriate.
emoji. All right, happy holidays, everybody. Let's go. We miss you, Cobes. I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.